Hagia Sophia Museum in Istanbul, Turkey. Hagia Sophia was chosen a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1985. Rebuilt by the orders of Emperor Justinian in 537, for 900 years Hagia Sophia had been the center of Orthodox Christianity until 1453 when the city was conquered by Ottomans. 500 years following the conquest of Muslims, it became a jewel for the Muslim world and as the Grand Mosque of the Sultans. In 1935, Hagia Sophia had been converted into a museum of Turkish Republic by the orders of Ataturk, and became one of the most significant monuments not only in Turkey but on earth with its architecture and its historical richness. The Hagia Sophia was built in the remarkably short time of about 6 years, being completed in 537. Unusual for the period in which it was built, the names of the building's architects, Anthemius of Tralles and Isidorus of Miletus, are well known, as is their familiarity with mechanics and mathematics. The Hagia Sophia combines a longitudinal basilica and a centralized building in a wholly original manner, with a huge 32-meter main dome supported on pendentives and 2 semidomes, one on either side of the longitudinal axis. In plan the building is almost square. There are 3 aisles separated by columns with galleries above and great marble piers rising up to support the dome. The walls above the galleries and the base of the dome are pierced by windows, which in the glare of daylight obscure the supports and give the impression that the canopy floats on air. Hagia Sophia, often referred to as the 8th wonder of the world, the Hagia Sophia, Hagia Sophia in Turkish, in Sultanahmet is easily one of Istanbul's most impressive sites. It also must have one of the most turbulent histories of any museum in the world. To find out why, it's best to look back through its previous incarnations. The Hagia Sophia Church. The structure that stands today was actually the 3rd church to be built on this site. The first 2, built in 360s and 415s respectively, were both razed to the ground in troubled Byzantine times. Emperor Justinian commissioned the current building in the 6th century as a Greek Orthodox church that would outdo the Temple of Solomon in Jerusalem. It took just 5 years and the manpower of nearly 11,000 people to erect the structure that was the largest Christian church in the world for nearly 1,000 years. In 1204, the Crusaders displaced the Patriarch of Constantinople with a Latin bishop, which is why much of its original relics can now be found in St. Mark's Basilica in Venice. The Hagia Sophia Mosque. Following the capture of Constantinople by the Ottoman Turks in 1453, and the subsequent pillaging that ensued, Mehmed the Conqueror declared the Hagia Sophia a mosque, and said his prayers there the very next Friday. As a mosque, it was considered as one of the holiest Islamic temples of the world. It also served as Istanbul's principal mosque for nearly 500 years and was used as a model for many others including the Sultan Ahmed Mosque, the Süleyman I Mosque and the Rustam Pasha Mosque. The Hagia Sophia Museum. Under the order of Mustafa Kemal Ataturk and the Council of Ministers, the Hagia Sophia Turkey opened as a museum in 1935. Today, it is visited by nearly 10,000 people per day and the Turkish Ministry of Tourism declared that it received more than 3 million visitors in 2013. The Hagia Sophia ticket price is 100 DL, but be warned unless you buy your ticket in advance or go with a tour guide, there are often long queues. Its opening hours are Tuesday to Sunday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Hagia Sophia Architecture. Justinian's Hagia Sophia is the one that stands today. It is an architectural intelligence and the first masterpiece in Byzantine architecture. It has been the largest cathedral for 1,000 years until the Seville Cathedral was built. The church has a rectangular shape, and the vast square nave measuring 31 meters is covered with a central dome that is carried on 4 pendentives. The arcade around the dome is unbroken with 40 arched windows to bring the light inside. Excluding the 2 north exes and the large atrium, the basilica measures 70 by 75 meter. The atrium measures 48 by 32 meter and the total length of the construction measures 135 meter. The north X outside at the eastern part of atrium is enclosed, and the inner narthex is entered by 5 doors, and from this inner narthex there are 9 doors to the nave. The accesses to upper galleries are provided by ramps, which are a traditional feature of Constantinopolitan church planning. Hagia Sophia Dome. It is mostly the dome which makes Hagia Sophia world famous. Hagia Sophia Dome sits at the center of the church. It is between 2 half domes which together equals to the diameters of the dome. The dome is built by brick and mortar. It is 31.24 meter diameters and is 55.6 meter high. Because of the several repairs and constructions in time, the dome lost its circular shape and the diameter became 31.24 meter to 30.86 meter. Hagia Sophia Dome is carried on 4 pendentives, and these pendentives enable its transition into the square shape of its piers below. These pendentives distribute the weight of the dome to the walls under it. Lodge of Empress. Empress Lodge is on the west upper gallery, overlooking the nave from the top. From there, the Empress could watch the rituals and ceremonies. Marble Door. It is located at the upper southern gallery. It is probably removed from another Hellenistic building and was brought to Hagia Sophia. The marble door was used by synod members to enter and exit to the meeting chamber. Sultan's Lodge. The earlier lodge was located on the apse, but Gaspar Fossati designed the new lodge in 1847 and replaced it against the pier to the north of the apse. The lodge was used by Sultan to join the rituals without being seen by public, and it was also to protect the Sultan from possible assassins. The grills of the lodge are carved marble in Turkish Rococo style, and the columns carrying the lodge are Byzantine. Mehmet I's Library. Mehmet I, who reigned between 1730–1754, gave strong interest in Hagia Sophia. He ordered repairs, and also he added a library, a fountain, an minaret, a kitchen to serve food for poor, and a school for children to Hagia Sophia. The library is located on the first floor of Hagia Sophia at the southern aisle. It is a rectangular room, half of the walls decorated with marble and half topped with Iznik tiles. On the east wall hangs the Tugra, calligraphic signature, of Mehmet I. The library's front side has 6 columns, and in between there are bronze grills that closes the interior. Marble jars. The marble jars on the main floor of the church were brought to Hagia Sophia from Pergamon, during the reign of Murad III, 1574 to 1595. Each jar was carved from a single block of marble. Amazing facts. The dome of the Hagia Sophia, Turkey is 180 feet high and 100 feet wide and was considered a revolution in the history of architecture. Today, the massive dome is surrounded by 4 minarets which were built during the Ottoman period. Most of the Christian mosaics of the temple are located in the upper gallery of the temple, which was once the women's section during both the Byzantine and Ottoman eras. The oldest mosaic dates back to the 9th centuries. The architect Sinan was so vexed by the impressive dimensions and architecture of the Hagia Sophia, that he spent his life trying to better it. He finally achieved this with his masterpiece, the Sulamai Mosque in Edirne, whose dome is said to be just inches bigger. What not to miss at the Hagia Sophia? The stunning mosaics such as the glittering 13th century Desis mosaic of Christ with John the Baptist and the Virgin Mary. The meeting of both Islamic and Christian religions in the symbols displayed, such as the central mihrab, indicating the direction of Mecca, overlooked by an apse mosaic depicting the Virgin and Child. The bronze-covered wishing column in the northwest of the building, which is believed to have healing powers, after Justinian leaned his head against it and his headache disappeared. Place your thumb in the hole, and twist your wrist around as you make your wish. Hagia Sophia Cat. The Hagia Sophia cat that has become something of a viral sensation. Look out for this feline mascot with tabby markings patrolling the cavernous interior. Like us and join us at Extreme Collections for more fun and knowledge.